parking inside this building is going to be done at 2 levels. One is going to be 89 units for residential, is going to be partially shared, and then another is going to be whatever else whatever the difference was, and those will be dedicated specifically to the public, that other 70 or so
Right,
spaces.
so the public number from what it is now, 113, is going down to the 70s.
On a, I guess you could say exclusive basis.
Right.
And then the others will be shared.
Shared by potential residents of the
Right.
89 units.
Right. And then another thing I think is important to reference is that parking authority's always done a really good job at taking care of Morristown residents.
Mm-hmm.
This lot, through attrition, they haven't renewed permits for out-of-town residents, and they've been putting them slowly into the Highlands Deck, which has been working. So there's not going to be this sudden shift like there would have if we took a completely full lot. You may have even noticed that the lot's lighter than it usually is, and that one of the discussions that might end up in the redevelopment agreement is to make sure that those resident spaces, which happen at a very deeply discounted rate, are preserved for a period of time, or that rate is maintained for a period of time, because ultimately they're going to have to move even during the construction period into the other deck, so to kind of subsidize those rates a little bit. But that's ultimately what we're talking about.
Okay. I just wanted to see how the balance was between the public and residents. And the other question I had was your slide that showed where trees were being built. I wasn't quite understanding where that is,
Sure.
or what that lane was.
Yeah, that's right. So what I'm showing here
Is that Morris?
So yeah, this is Lafayette Avenue. I
Wait.
apologize. This is the
Wait, which one is Lafayette?
This curve right here, this street. It's a little difficult to see.
Oh,
So this is the sidewalk on here.
So that's Staples.
Staples is right here. Dunkin' Donuts is
got it.
down in here.
I guess that confused me, that down the right. Okay, I got it.
That was a.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
All right. I was like, wait, which one is it? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
If there are no other members wishing to be heard on this ordinance this evening, then I'll close the public hearing. Questions and comments from council members?
Just a couple questions. When you do your engineering study, I would recommend with regard to the bus stop, they evaluate the traffic capacity just by having a bus pull over on you basically using the lane and see what that does.
Sure.
That would probably be helpful in the consideration of eliminating the bus stop altogether. I didn't see anything regarding art. In previous redevelopment projects, we've done sort of an art component up to a maximum of $100,000. Is that out of this one, or is that?
Yeah, it's a good point. We did not include it. We can include it in the developer agreement.
Okay. But it's been a wonderful contribution.
Yeah, we have to, by ordinance, it has to be in the
It is. Oh, I apologize. It is in the plan.
Oh.
So it is a plan. It is by ordinance.
That's all I have.
Okay, great.
So also at our other meetings, we discussed the pedestrian travel to the Highlands Garage. How there is access via the trestle, but very few people know about it, and how dangerous the crossing is at the underpass. Will the traffic study also address those issues?
We could absolutely require that. We've actually took the bull by the horns a little bit. We've been in talks with New Jersey Transit's real estate group. One of my things since I started here was I wanted to try to get control of that baggage elevator, do something special there. It's literally falling down. I don't know how interested they are in that, but they did say that if we could find the funds to be clear what we're talking about, I'm going to show it on this. This is that baggage elevator. This is the Morris County duplicating building. The platform for the train kind of stops right here, right? That's a little extended platform. You could, I literally jumped down from here to here. It was like 3 feet, 4 feet, and then so people could, when they come off the train from the westbound train, come here. We could create a stair or ramp system and then bring people underneath, and they don't have to cross the street. That's a goal. I don't know if this project will be able to support it financially on its own, but we can certainly try to get it started.
Because I think where Ms. Allen was going was actually Highlands does become the primary parking lot for the train station.
Yes, and that was always probably the intention.
The other question was reference to Ms. Carrington's comment with reference to the architecture. I actually thought, and I think the architecture design, preliminary designs that we saw for this were quite nice. It goes along with what you said, they complement, not complete, the architecture of the, but is there any other further architectural review? Is there anything that assures that kind of what we're seeing is what gets built?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely that. The planning board ultimately, Mr. Armington knows how seriously we take that. And then we've stepped up, or the planning division has stepped up its role in working with the zoning officer and working with the building inspector to make sure that ultimately there's somebody responsible for aesthetics. And that these design standards and things are not getting missed as they might have in the past. So I'm very confident that if you like what you see, this is what you'll get.
Yeah, just to reiterate what Phil said, when the planning board gets it, it may not look exactly like that, such as this is the plan, but we'll get the full drawings and they'll bring in specs for the glass and the brick facing and everything else, so we'll know exactly what is going to be built at that time.
This architect was actually featured in the New York Times specifically because his renderings look so much like the actual buildings. They showed him side by side. Kind of showed us that.
And Mayor, with reference to Mr. McNally's comment on train station, and again, I compliment you because, we always talk about the spirit of cooperation with Morris Township. You do have the Collinswood train station, Morris Township fire station right down on Whitney Road. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
So there's a couple thoughts to it. We've had discussions over a period of time about relocation, firehouses, etc. One of the good things about new construction is it's all sprinkled, so that helps with these type of buildings. The fire codes are really strict with multi-dwellings like this. Second thing is we're a 2.9 square mile town. Where the firehouse is located is pretty much central. We have a very large paid force compared to many towns. Most of the towns, Parsippany as an example, is a volunteer force. We're a very strong, multi-membered, paid fire department. We're surrounded by the township, which I believe has five firehouses. We all do mutual aid. So we work with Morris Township works with us, Morris Plains, Cedar Knolls. So it's crucial that all these towns have mutual aid. We'll look at it. I think that I'm not the fire expert, but clearly we'll bring this up to the chief of the fire department and take a look at it. But off looking at it right now, I think that we have good fire protection in town and surrounding towns with 5 firehouses. Now, the interesting thing is, as I'm not going to go political here tonight, is that the future of New Jersey is all about ordered services and working with the neighboring towns. And there's not going to be any better opportunity over the next several years to look at Morris Township as it circles Morristown and how we can work together as a Mertz Fire Department. A lot of towns are looking at it. I think Maplewood and South Orange are right now looking to merge. There's been a few other towns that have merged. There's going to be a time where that's the way to go, especially for blanket as Morris Township starts to look at how they're going to grow in their future. How it encompasses both communities. I think it's a great question, it's a great dialogue. We'll definitely bring it up to the fire chief and we'll start that conversation and get a more detailed report for you because I think it's a reasonable and a good question about fire protection for our community. Personally, I think we have the best fire department in the county. I think we're very fast in response. We're also respond countywide, statewide to disasters. We're trained. But I'll bring it up to the chief, we'll get a report, and we'll look at it and get back to you. Thank you for your question.
Any other comments from council members? All right, seeing none, call question.
Okay, on the adoption of ordinance 039-2018, Councilman Armington?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Iannicone?
Yes.
Councilman Silva?
Yes.
Council President Foster?
Yes.
Ordinance 0-39-2018 is adopted.